Nick and Leslie talking holiday cheer. Hallmark movies, cozy nights, and a festive review today. Hey, grab a seat and a sweet treat, cozy up, push play. Movie cheers, what you'll hear this Hallmark movie day.
All right, welcome to the third episode in the season of our Hallmark movie review. Leslie and I are coming to you today with matching Christmas Disney shirts we just bought yesterday at Epcot.
Not varsity shirts. What are they called?
Spirit jerseys.
Spirit jerseys.
Yeah. And, you know, business expense.
Business expense. We're Disney adults and we love it.
Yes.
Dink.
Dinking it good. All right, so this movie is called Scouting for Christmas. Aired on Sunday. And because we had stuff to do, such as going to Disney yesterday, this episode is coming to you a little more than 24 hours later. But hey, we don't owe you any type of timeliness, so.
Or explanations.
Yeah, true. Okay.
But we'll tell you.
Yeah. Okay, so Scouting for Christmas. Let's play that trailer.
First, oh, okay. Yep. Play the trailer.
All right, let's play that trailer now.
We're gonna need all sorts of goodies for the holiday ball.
It takes one smart Christmas cookie to set up a holiday romance.
1, 2, 3. Let's make!
Scouting for Christmas on Hallmark Channel.
What a fun trailer. Didn't really give much.
First of all, I'd like to apologize for last time. I thought we were, what is that called? Editing certain podcasts. So I apologize for the coughing that occurred. I am so sorry.
Well, we are learning on
Yes.
the best process for these.
Apologies. Yeah, so Scouting for Christmas. Disappointment. Literally fell asleep the last 20 minutes. I was told to constantly have to wake up. And then also he was doing another activity. So it lost our interest.
Well, spoiler alert, they got together. Yeah. So the characters in Scouting for Christmas are Aunt Sarah, Dakota.
Aunt Sarah was cute, though.
Brooklyn is the daughter. Dakota's the dad.
Mr. William Glass is the baker.
Yeah.
And then
Elizabeth is the den mother.
Angela
Bates. Ange. They love
Tamara.
nicknames on this show. Yeah. So Tamara Mallory starred in this one. I wanted to say Tamara Weaving, but no, that's Samara Weaving, who does all the horror films. Tamara Mallory starred in this one, so I was excited to see her. Big fan of Sister from back in the day.
Very much so. Seen her in some random things, and it was great. She is a fantastic actress.
But one thing that was weird is, like, her face is so dramatic.
She's meant for comedy.
I know. Her not being funny, you're like, that's like 38 emotions you just put on your face to get to, sure, I'll see you on Tuesday.
Yeah. So, you know, maybe this was not the best fit for her. It was just not catching enough. It was a little single mom sad is what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
Is this
They're like,
the
Mom,
first?
you haven't dated since... And, well, we got to talk about the family structure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is like...
Our dogs are fighting over food right now.
Yeah.
If you hear some growling.
So, like, you rarely ever have divorce as a plot point. Or as, like... It's always like a widow or widower, but this time they had a divorced mom.
It also took them a while to say divorced. Because first they said separated, then they're like, haven't seen your dad. Because we first thought the dad had... I don't want to say ran away from them, which in a way he kind of did.
And so, like, the little girl was telling her sibling, or no, her classmate, oh, my dad's not going to be able to make it because he's away on some archaeological adventure. You're like, oh, he's dead. She's making this up.
He's dead, or he's in jail, or just gone. And so part of me got excited, like, oh, we're going to hear this little girl constantly make up stories about where her dad is. And
he actually is an archeologist on an
I know,
adventure.
but I also feel bad because my bachelor's degree is in anthropology, and I'm like automatically jail. Something's wrong. No one is an archaeologist in that nice of a house. But instead, she's a real estate agent.
Yeah, so, okay, this is the family structure. It's really weird. So, Tamara Mowry's character Angela fell in love with Dakota, the archaeologist. Dakota already had a 2-year-old daughter from a previous marriage.
I forgot about this.
And Tamara's like, she's wonderful. I'm happy to adopt her as my own.
Adopted her.
Yeah, so then it's the three of them living together, and then he's like, I can't be held down by this family. I need to do my archaeology. So they get divorced, and he leaves his biological daughter with Tamara or Angela, and Angela has been raising this girl as her own. And from the beginning, you're like, why'd they cast a non-white mom and a very white daughter?
Right,
And that kind of, I guess, explained it, but it just seemed to overly complicate the story, I think. I don't know.
I don't know, but then it brought in for Aunt Sarah,
That's
who
true.
she was the best in my opinion, working with what she was given. Tamara, I'm so happy we had you. But Aunt Sarah's comments of like, is this what we want? Is
Like, oh, your ex-husband's in the living room. Are we happy about this?
Are we happy about this? It was just, she had some good comments to make.
All right, so overall, the story was boring as hell, so you don't really need to catch this one.
don't think
Brooklyn,
so,
the daughter, was very unnatural acting.
Are children really that determined to pair up their single parent?
We didn't even talk about that plot. Okay, so the main plot of the movie is the daughter, Brooklyn, thinks that her mom needs romance, so she tries to hook her up with the baker in town.
That she apparently frequents about every day, and I feel like is just wanting to get a free cookie, gingerbread cookie, which I get. We love some good cookies. But she's part of this Sunny Scouts, apparently something like Girl Scouts Troop Beverly Hillsy, though, because their badges are on like manners and etiquette, and I'm like, Jesus, how do we have to get like this? I'm not saying we need to tie knots, but you're saying I'm working on my manners badge, I'm working on my etiquette badge, and they are planning a Christmas. Wait, is it a Christmas or a holiday ball that is 3 weeks out?
Holiday ball.
The Yuletide. No.
Oh, you wrote it down?
I thought I did. Maybe no, that was just something that Sarah said, Yuletide Splendor, and I liked it.
Oh, use it for the poem.
I know that was the reason. I was like, oh, it was just a community ball that is held on December 23rd, and they have 3 weeks away of planning it. And Den Mother Elizabeth, whose nose is up and
So
looking down at people as much as possible.
She was a great actress. She was really laying it on thick as this like cartoonishly villainous, maybe not villainous, but like perfect mom that makes everyone else feel inadequate. Mm-hmm. And I thought she did a wonderful job. Every time they filmed her, though, I noticed they did it with a very long lens, like a 50 millimeter or something, so that it elongated her face, made it kind of like distorted.
Oh.
And they were also going for very Wes Anderson shots every time that someone was wearing those uniforms.
I did not catch any
like
of
the
that.
symmetry. Yeah.
Well, it's symmetry if they were trying to make it look perfect.
Yeah. And so they have 3 weeks to plan this ball.
Yeah. Oh, and as the single mom, Angie's always late.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Den Mother Elizabeth says a lot of things about that, and like doesn't want to give Ange anything to do with the planning of the ball. So somehow she convinces her to let her interview a baker for the to cater the food, but yet they make their decision on the 21st of December, 2 days prior to the event. I don't understand these people's timelines.
Yeah. And it's like it seemed like they were trying to get free food. I don't know. They didn't really get into that, but it just...
Well, also, so I think the reason for that is because the baker, William Glass, has a mother who is constantly trying to tell him to expand, be if it's buy a new store, or do corn puppies,
Mail
order food like Goldbelly. It was making me think of in Ratatouille, where the mean sous chef was trying to make frozen food of the food. Anyway, so this mom's like, expand, and he's like, I really like where I'm at right now. Maybe we can look at having another chain a few blocks away. but he's really hesitant of it because he's enjoying what he has now. Apparently giving out free cookies to children.
And so like he told this partner, he's like, yeah, and he's like, I know you invested in the business and you've already gotten your investment back way ahead of schedule. And I'm like, why does this place not look more crowded? But anyways,
you're right. All we see are these two people. They could not afford any extras.
So I was giving free cookies to this
We
little girl,
didn't
Brooklyn.
even get a chestnut cart. Well, we got a hot chocolate.
Oh
vendor.
yeah. Oh, that plot point about that's why I was thinking of a different movie. I'm like of the famous chef who was running the hot chocolate.
Oh no,
that was 2 movies ago.
That was 2 movies. That was good. That was.
We're only 3 in, and I'm already mixing them
That
up.
was Holiday Crashers.
Yeah. No, that's right. So they went to the holiday market to get inspiration on what type of baked goods.
And pause. So the reason why we are here is that when Brooklyn, the daughter, was at her Sunny Scouts thing saying, can you bring dates to the event? And they're like, okay, if your mom wants to bring a date. So embarrasses the mom. And then while the mom was late picking the girl up from school, she walked to the bakery and talked to Mr. Glass and was like, oh, do you think my mom's pretty and funny? You should ask her out to the community ball. And then somehow they are working together. The little girl is plotting these two to come together. I swear, just because she likes cookies. Just because she likes cookies. We all love cookies. You don't got to be together to enjoy cookies.
She just wants
Just
free
learn how to bake cookies. Anyway, so that's whenever the girl puts in the idea about having the Mr. Glass's bakery. Oh my God, Sir Bakes a Bunch. You couldn't do Sir Bakes a Lot. You did Sir Bakes a Bunch.
Maybe Sir Bakes a Lot is already a company.
It's probably already a company. Okay, yeah, on us. Anyway, so somehow Mr. Glass is the bakery that Ange is interviewing to see if they will cater for the community ball. And so all of a sudden they have to put together these vision boards. So now these 3 people are working together, Brooklyn the child, Ange the mom, Mr. Glass the baker, to come up with a menu for catering.
Then no chemistry.
No chemistry. I don't know if they both drove on the same side of the road.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So
let's just say I feel like the actor playing William had a little more time in the makeup chair than Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. He was a good actor. He
was.
They both weren't hitting it off together. They did the best they could.
He looked like Pee Wee Herman.
I don't agree with this.
He looked like a ventriloquist dummy.
He was really perfect looking. Like his skin, it was on point.
Tall, tight.
Yeah,
white.
very tight. So like he looked great for who he was.
Yeah.
I'm not attracted to him.
His hair looked like it was painted on his head.
It was quite perfect. Some might say kin-like.
One of them brings in a bag of coffee. It says, "Oh, I got that coffee." Like it was totally empty the way she was just holding it. Empty prop.
Yeah, for the props for Hallmark, can we put some weight in the items? I know there's things that are not top.
Empty prop drinking game.
Right, empty prop drinking game. If it is a case of drinks or if it is to a cup of coffee, put some weight in that to remind the actors, hey, let me drop a rock in there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Let's see. Adopted kid, divorced, then kept the kid, ? We talked about that. Reaching the stress of being a single mom.
Oh, and Mr. Glass already has a tuxedo for the ball because he bought one a few years ago and didn't need to use it. So obviously he was left at the altar.
Yep.
Yes.
I think that's all my notes. It's probably because we got bored and fell asleep.
Oh, the entire time we're fixated on this Christmas tree that's in the living room. That's like a little tilted or something. So I don't know if that was supposed to be like
Symbolism?
a symbolism to just a little bit crooked. Oh, the dad, Dakota, reappears out of nowhere.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, God, they did get a good annoying actor, or that actor did a good job playing an annoying person.
Yeah, a guy who thinks he's the hottest guy in the room.
Guy who thinks he's so he did a good job for what it was, but yeah, because he was annoying the entire time. And then William's
mom. And then, of course, like, Aunt Sarah sees Dakota try to kiss Angela.
It wasn't Aunt Sarah.
Sorry,
it was William
William's
Glass's mom.
And
then, of course, she doesn't see him push him away, but yet the mom is still saying, like, hey, why haven't you tried it with her? Don't lose your chance. But an adult communicating that, okay, I don't know, it's just very strange. Like, is that something that that single parents desire, is for their kids to find someone that they like? But again, it's only because of cookies.
I feel like, and of course we don't have kids, but I feel like parents,
Do you have time to think about that stuff?
well, like parents, when they have a kid, that kid makes random ass friends, and now you're stuck having to hang out with those random ass friends as parents.
But with adults, that
Yeah.
adult did not have a child.
Yeah, that was weird too.
So, and clearly the other adults were saying, hey, children should be going to that bakery because there was no one in the bakery.
My last note was baker to the rescue, because of course they pick a different baker, and that baker for the holiday ball cancels last minute.
You know, because you get 2 days to prepare for this very well attended scouting ball.
You know, you'd think with a name like Scouting for Christmas, scouting would have been more of a plot point.
I thought we would be
Like, she'd
doing
have to-
some like more holiday. I want to say holiday.
I thought
hikes,
the little girl would be
but-
like, "Oh, I have to get my last 5 badges by the end of the holiday
Yeah,
ball or something."
And then we're doing even extra beef. It is arts and crafts, helping a neighbor put up their decorations, learning about other religions at that time.
yeah, it all.
I mean,
I don't like what the movie focused on.
I didn't either. Like, so did
Which
you
is,
have?
are they going to be able to bake? Are they not going to be able to
It's
bake?
like, how can we get another baking thing in here? Which wait, hold on. Was there even baking? It was just pictures they were cutting out of magazines.
Oh.
We didn't actually see baking.
Okay, so
And-
the
and
montage
his-
for this movie was them building a mood board
A mood board.
for the potential baked goods they would offer at this. Meanwhile, this guy already has a ton of Christmassy treats that he has in his shop. But they needed to create a mood board of new Christmassy treats to have at
Based
this
off
event.
of beverages.
And their mood board is all just images cut out of magazines.
Right.
Not
Their
recipes.
idea sounded fun, so let's see you all baking it together, because you have the smallest commercial kitchen to be baking this amount of robust cookie. There's other things besides cookies, but bakery items. And then you want to expand with an empty store?
So I forgot to write down my numbers, but writing, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10. Acting, probably also 3 out of 10.
I feel like a 3 out of 10 for writing is quite high.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Maybe I wouldn't say
no
quite high, but I would definitely not go more
there were
than
no
a 2.
jokes.
There were no jokes, like falling asleep. We
We
even had a nap earlier that day, too.
2 out of 10 for writing.
That's more appropriate.
There were like plot points that didn't seem to matter. Unnecessary, convoluted character relationships. Yeah, 2 out of 10. Acting, I'll do 4 out of 10.
This must have been one like, hey, guys, we need to add in one more. We have 2 more days with these actors. How much can we put out?
Or it's like, hey, it looks like we finished filming early. We got about 90 minutes. Let's shoot one.
Yeah.
Directing, 4 out of 10. All right. Writing 2, acting 4, directing 4. And it is definitely the worst of the 3 so far.
You don't need to see it. Yeah.
I mean, unless you're a completionist. If
Oh.
you're a big fan of the oeuvre of Tamara Mowry.
Oh, then don't waste your time on that. You're going to taint your taste buds.
On that note, I don't think we mentioned this in our other episodes, but Leslie and I also are making a Christmas-themed tarot deck.
Oh, yes.
So if you don't already know who I am, I make tarot decks as well as board games, role-playing games, and stuff like that. I always fund them through Kickstarter. And our latest tarot project, Leslie's working on it with me. She's writing some delightful poems to go with each card that will appear in the manual for the tarot deck. You can find out more about it at tarotchristmas.com. That's TAROT Christmas.com.
Can I say the name of the tarot deck?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
please
called
do.
Sugar Plum.
Sugar Plum Tarot.
Sugar Plum
Yeah.
Tarot.
And the suits on it are mugs,
Candy. Oh, treats.
treats, toys, and bells.
Bells.
So be there with bells on.
Ding ding.
All right, thank you. We'll see you next week for the next batch of, well, I guess this week for the next batch of movies.
Happy holidays.